Fashion is undergoing a major shift at the moment, utilizing the ever-reliable and historically dependable sneaker silhouette as a muse for a new wave of innovative footwear design, one that combines the practicality of an athletic shoe with the stylish details of a more streamlined silhouette. Lovingly coined for the purposes of this video, the Franken-Sneaker. My name is Elizabeth Grace Coyne, a writer, editor, and journalist reporting on the intersection of fashion, culture, technology, sustainability, and business. And in today's video, I'll be discussing the recent obsession with the Franken-Sneaker, the freakish footwear silhouette currently on track to change the retail landscape with its dominance in luxury fashion and its overwhelming influence on the cultural lexicon. As more and more brands begin to mix classic shoe silhouettes with traditional sneaker fragments such as rubber soles, mesh paneling, and lace-up detailing, I've begun to wonder what the newfound fascination is with the somewhat strange combination. In an attempt at some answers, I'll be breaking down the origins of this trend, covering the different brands who have added such silhouettes to their footwear arsenal, discussing the public opinion surrounding the trend, and inserting my predictions on the future of the Franken-Sneaker. When I think of the current iteration of this trend and the point at which its inception began to first impact modern culture, I'm transported back to 2024 and the infamous drop of New Balance's 1906L, a sneaker loafer hybrid picked up by the media with a flood of online commentary and appropriately coined the Snofer. In a press report put out by New Balance introducing the 1906L, the brand described their newest footwear innovation, saying, "New Balance is reimagining its classic 1906 sneaker into a penny loafer, perfectly blending together formality, wearable comfort, and cutting-edge style in this new shoe. Featuring an open-holed mesh upper, curvilinear synthetic overlays, and an N-Energy shock absorption outsole, the shoe was designed to merge the element of luxury with casual sportiness." In the same press release from New Balance, the brand describes this phenomenon, saying, "The loafer seeks to erase the distinction between high-performance heritage and cutting-edge fashion. Amidst an ongoing juxtaposition of sneakers and formal attire, the 1906 loafer provides a new and elevated option that speaks for itself." Months before its release, with only product imagery and predictions on the shoe's wearability to go off of, Jacob Gallagher published a piece in the Wall Street Journal on the Snofer that opened with the line, "It's the footwear equivalent of a spork, and no one knows what to make of it." A humorous yet perfectly fitting sentiment to describe not only the shoe itself, but the fashion industry's initial reaction. Similar pieces questioning the shoe's reputability were published by the New York Times, Vogue Business, GQ, and Glamour, often citing the shoe as quote-unquote ugly and hideous in their headlines. However, the New Balance Snofer entered into the public's view at just the right time, with the rise of the wrong shoe theory beginning to emerge and changing the way consumers approached footwear. The wrong shoe theory, popularized by online content creators and perpetuated through coverage in traditional media outlets, emphasized the need for unexpected footwear when styling an outfit. The wearer was encouraged to choose the shoe that was least likely to go with their already cohesively styled ensemble, resulting in a unique look that felt less stylized and effortlessly cool. This perfectly timed trend set the stage for a new outlook on footwear, one that had consumers approaching their selection of shoes with a shifted lens that no longer included a traditional sense of flattery or trend alignment. Quickly, the sneaker loafer hybrid became the shoe that the consumers wore for slight comedic and campy value, more than they did purely for the silhouette's aesthetics. After the launch of New Balance's Snofer, which by no means was the very first Franken-Sneaker, but was most definitely the first to elicit the mass influx of public attention, media criticism, and general buzz that in turn launched the trend into the mainstream, with new curious consumers looking for similar items within the newly categorized silhouette. Post-Snofer launch, there has been a significant uptick in the number of brands who have joined in on the fun, using the opportunity to introduce their own freaky sneaker hybrids to their collection of footwear designs. In the past several months, there has been the launch of Hoka's Speed Loafer, Mason Margiela's Tabby sneaker, Puma's Loafer, and Loewe's Ballet Runner 2.0, just to name a few. Now, after immersing myself in this trend and developing a taste for the variety of Franken sneakers on the market, it seems that generally these collaborative shoes fall under one of two categories: shoes that look like sneakers, and sneakers that now look like shoes. For example, using the silhouettes I just mentioned, I would classify Hoka's Speed Loafer and Puma's Loafer into the sneakers that now look like shoes category, as the base for the shoe uses high-performance sneaker design details like rubber outsoles, while the general look of the shoe more closely resembles a different silhouette entirely, like in this instance a penny loafer. On the other hand, the Mason Margiela Tabby sneaker and Loewe's Ballet Runner 2.0 are better categorized as shoes that look like sneakers. As the shoe's base design is modeled after one silhouette, like Margiela Tabby shoes or traditional ballet flats respectively, and the shoe's actual look more closely resembles a traditional sneaker, adorned with laces, grommets, heel tabs, and toe caps. It's clear from this categorization that different retailers are leaning into what they know best in order to optimize their unique Franken-Sneaker designs. Traditional sneaker brands are creating hybrid silhouettes that use more advanced footwear technology for shoes that prioritize user comfortability and performance, but are designed with a more stylish outer profile. On the flip side, luxury brands have used this trend to construct more casual footwear silhouettes that use traditional sneaker fragments as simply decorative measures to adorn their take on otherwise streamlined footwear designs. After digging through hundreds of consumer reviews and online content reviewing different iterations of the Franken-Sneaker phenomenon, I've come across a few key points surrounding public opinion of these styles that I think are worth sharing. Firstly, one thing I've noticed that again separates the athletic brands adhering to this trend from the luxury brands doing the same is the positive consumer reception towards luxury branded Franken-Sneakers specifically. Again, based on my research reviewing consumer comments and online content in response to each shoe, I've noticed luxury brands are having a much easier time passing off bizarre changes to the traditional sneaker silhouette than their athletic counterparts, mainly due to the difference in consumer demographics. Because of this stark divide in target markets, luxury brands operate with unique aesthetic goals set as their main focus, generally designing for fashion first, with function treated as an afterthought. Quite the opposite for brands like Hoka or Puma, who design everything with a function-first perspective. This major difference in demographics means that aesthetic-wise, consumers are expecting something very different from each category of retailer. Luxury brands like Loewe or Mason Margiela are often praised for taking risks with their designs, while athletic brands are often dismissed for stepping outside the realm of what is already proven to be superior design models for traditional silhouettes like sneakers. With this in mind, the second key point I've noticed is that the athletic-based collaborations that are most successful in terms of consumer praise tend to be the ones that keep a lot of the integrity of a traditional sneaker and don't go too far outside the realm of what the original silhouette has to offer. I think the two styles that best iterate this point are the Hoka Speed Loafer and New Balance's 1906Ls. Between the two shoes, Hoka's design skews way closer to a traditional loafer, down to the Vamps matching leather tassel, while the New Balance shoe is much more similar to a traditional 90s mesh sneaker, with only slight variations to the silhouette shape, allowing the shoe to resemble a penny loafer. While both shoes got a wide array of press following their respective releases, it's clear that the New Balance shoes have been much easier for consumers to embrace, with my guess being the design's close alignment to traditional sneaker details acting as its saving grace. Now, I know this sounds like the best way to have a Franken-Sneaker is to keep it as close to a sneaker as possible, but I don't think this is necessarily true. Generally, consumers are excited about changes in silhouettes and styles, with crafty individuals often personally merging together garments to get something truly unique. However, I think future iterations of the Franken-Sneaker need to be done with careful consideration for the form, ensuring the end product isn't just an amalgamation of shoe styles, but an interesting product that stands alone against the noise. As a secret fan of New Balance's Snowfur, I was glad to have the opportunity to take a deeper look into the trend and examine the sudden rise in the Franken-Sneaker's popularity. I've definitely noticed a shift from confusion, anger, and upsetment to reluctant acceptance of the silhouette, with consumers choosing to embrace the shoe's freakish nature and work it into their wardrobe that, thanks to modern aesthetics and work-from-home normalization, is actually in need of something both sporty and formal. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Elizabeth Grace Coyne, and I hope you enjoyed this video.